Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Georgia, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different on my channel than I normally do. Today, I am going to show you the footage that I captured at what I now know is the abandoned Woodmen's Orphanage, and some theories that people have as to why it may be haunted. Okay, so if you're new here and you don't know me, the people that do know me in real life know that I am as what my mom would refer to as a ghoul. So I love everything that has to do with horror, the paranormal, spooky stuff. I love it all so very much. But if you've watched some of my other videos, you may know that I am actually a biologist, and typically science and the paranormal are seen as to be opposites of one another. And it has frequently brought on quite the internal dilemma for myself. Now, on one hand, science has taught me that the paranormal is often associated with being illogical and lacking in evidence. But on the other hand, one could argue that part of being a scientist is admitting that you don't know everything, and perhaps the paranormal is actually possible. But it is something that we have yet to develop enough methods and techniques of testing in order to reach a definitive answer. So that's a bit of a context for you on where I'm at on the whole being a scientist and also loving horror, the supernatural, and the paranormal. Plus, I just want so badly for ghosts to be real. I think that would be so cool. Okay, so this weekend on May 2nd, my mom and I were out and about running errands. We were seeing houses, and she had mentioned, gosh, I would love to redo some of those houses. That would be awesome. I said, yeah, it would be. And she said, well, I would really like to redo that giant mansion that's abandoned. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? An abandoned mansion, you say? Here in Texas. What? And she said, yeah, it was abandoned. She told me that she thought some people had bought it and they were kind of just waiting for the building to naturally decay so that they can bulldoze over it and put something new up. But after I did a lot of research, I found that that is not the case. Well, first we pulled up and there was not a fence. And of course, you know, there was no sign that said no trespassing. And we were just like, okay, we're just gonna take the Jeep and we're just gonna drive around. And so we pull in just to see this huge, I mean, the biggest place that I've ever seen in my entire life. My mom immediately said that she had very spooky vibes about it.
Now I'm getting the creeps right now.
I feel spooky and great. Now at this point, I had absolutely no idea of the background or history of this place. But little did I know I was about to go down a rabbit hole, but that's okay. So we pulled around and we were looking at the structure and it was overrun by everything. We pulled up to the front and I said, Mom, I gotta walk up. I gotta walk up and at least film something of just the inside. I wanna see what it looks like. She said, okay. So I walk up and it was really sad, honestly, because it was such a beautiful building, and as soon as you walk up to it, the entire ceiling had fallen to the floor, so I had to step over that concrete, and the door was gone. It was completely missing. And so I just took a step into the foyer, little fancy name, entryway, and it was massive. It was huge, but it was also completely falling apart, and there was tons of graffiti and a lot of not nice words spray painted everywhere. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I put a warning in the beginning of this video, just to give you a heads up. Now we I also went into what is known as the west wing of the building. So in total, there's the main building, the west wing is attached to it, and in the back there is a building that the roof was gone, the front and the windows were completely gone. It was just pretty much the bones of a structure. And I believe that was the Pennsylvania building. So here's a brief history of what I found when I was researching this. This building is located in Sherman, Texas, and it's previously known as the Laverne Farm. Now this building was massive. It was built on about 165 acres, and it was transformed into what was known as the Supreme Forest of the Woodmen's Circle. Now, the woman who was one of the founding members of Woodmen's Circle was named Dora Talley, and she created this establishment in order to provide women insurance, since at that point in history, women were not allowed to have insurance. And it was also founded to provide a refuge for widows and their children of members that had passed away. They would also take care of the children until their 18th birthday. In total, this safe haven housed over 160 women and 100 children. The original building, or the Laverne Farm, was founded in the late 1800s. Now, in 1930, the main building was built, and in 1933, the Pennsylvania building was built, and in 1941, the West Wing was built. And this building was then closed in 1971. Now, over the years after it closed, it was then purchased by Errol Ben Sherman. If you don't know who Errol Ben Sherman is, he is the founder of the cult New Life Tabernacle. Now, I tried to go through and find as much as I could on the New Life Tabernacle, but there was really not a whole lot of anything that I could find. So pretty much he used the building as a commune, but later he was then charged with 5 counts of child abuse after one of his congregation members was a young girl, and she had a tumor about the size of a basketball on her shoulder, and he neglected to seek out medical care for her. And there is a legend that her ghost still haunts the grounds today, but I, again, have not found any sources to confirm that. So this building was also the site of a music video. So musician and producer Justin Gabrielli, I'm trying to say his name right, and I hope I did and I didn't mess it up, shot a music video there for his song Past Life. So there are a lot of accounts of people saying that this place is definitely haunted, and there are some other accounts saying that, you know, if it is haunted, it's with friendly ghosts. And so I would personally be very interested, as a scientist, as someone who likes to look at the facts, as someone that likes to look at data before reaching a conclusion, I would be interested in going there and possibly performing my first paranormal investigation. Now, I didn't go very far into any of the buildings because it did look very dangerous and everything was collapsing around me, and so I did not want to get hurt. Not to mention, I wasn't prepared and I didn't know that I was going to be visiting an abandoned orphanage that day. So, you know, I'm going to do a thing that I have seen other YouTubers do, where they're like, if I get a certain amount of likes, then I'll go do this. And I'm gonna do that because I want to do this, but I'm also slightly terrified to do it. If this video gets 50 likes, that's half of my subscribers. I'm obviously a small person and a small YouTuber, but if this video gets 50 likes, I will go back. I will conduct my very first paranormal investigation. Now, of course, I will need to consult and reach out to David and Debbie McNeese, as they are currently the property owners. I did not know that when we first went there. I would want to check in with them prior to doing this. Now, obviously, if I do end up going back, I'm going to be exploring this place, I'm going to need a few things. A backpack, obviously, some boots like these, but less dressy. Some gloves, some rad protective eyewear, a flashlight because the lights don't work there, obviously. Some protection against possible attacks. Ooh, you know what? I wonder if you could get a snake and train it to attack people on command. Okay, no, too much work, let's stay on topic. An EMF reader, and a Ouija board, and probably some snacks. So, if this video gets 50 likes, I will return to Woodmen's Circle and do my very first paranormal investigation just for you guys. Also, a big shout out to Xplore RC. I will link down their channel below. Go check them out. They have amazing footage of a bunch of abandoned places, and so I just want to say thank you, Xplore RC, for allowing me to use some of the footage that you captured of the Woodmen's Circle that there's no way I would be able to capture that. I don't have a drone. I don't know how that works. I film everything on a camera, you know? So as always, if you could do all those things that YouTubers tell you to do, if you could like and comment and subscribe and turn on the notification bells, that way you know when I make new videos. I will see you guys next time. It's completely open.
No, Georgia.
Why?
No.
Welcome to my house. That's what it says, welcome.
Oh, really?
Okay, hopefully she doesn't leave me. That would really suck. Oh my god, I'm gonna be like the new exploring YouTuber. I think you should come in. Wow, look at that hallway.